After that night, I saw Asia go into the garage like she owned the place. And this was after weeks and weeks. This is the first time that she went into the garage. And she goes, "Nick's here to protect us from the bad skeleton. He's the good skeleton, Daddy."
I remember the feeling when Nick came around that everything was okay, like nothing was wrong. I didn't feel threatened anymore. I felt like I can go anywhere and it wasn't a problem anymore because the bad skeleton wasn't in there anymore.
She told me that the good skeleton ran the bad skeleton off. I don't know where it went, but it was only Nick now. She would just start talking to Nick like he was an old friend.
He had his motorcycle that he was working on all the time. He was always cleaning it, always fixing it, always tuning it up.
After that, there was a big change in the house. Asia wasn't having nightmares anymore. Yuma stopped the sleepwalking. I was just happy that everything was calm again and almost back to normal, except for Nick, the good skeleton. But then our neighbors, Barbara and George, told us the most extraordinary thing.
Barbara asked me if Asia was still having the night terrors, and I told her no.
Now she talks about this guy named Nick. Because I was fixing his motorcycle in the garage.
She said, well, that's really funny because years and years ago,
We used to have a neighbor named Nicholas who rode a motorcycle.
my whole body just went cold. Like my feet were cold and I felt kind of sick.
According to Barbara, Nick actually lived in this house, and he was a motorcycle enthusiast. Coming home one day, Nick had been involved in a motorcycle accident. He had rear-ended a tractor-trailer right at the very spot where the dog was hit by a car. It was the same spot where Yuma was almost run down and sleepwalking that night. He was very badly mangled, and that he died instantly. When old man George told me this, it was like Sonny Liston hit me right across in the jaw. It was a total shock. It was like everything just came together like a puzzle.
Whether he's good or bad, that's not the point. The point is that there's a spirit that's at unrest haunting my daughter.
The Vietnamese believe more in the spirit world than most Americans do.
My mother is full-blooded Vietnamese. She said, don't worry, just relax, we'll do a ceremony.
I thanked Nick very profusely for protecting my family, but now it was time for him to move on.
It was a heartbreaking feeling to know that my daughter was losing a friend that she cared so much about.
I remember wanting to find him there. I looked where he was with his motorcycle all the time, where he slept, where he stayed, where he usually was. I could always find him there before. He wasn't there anymore. He's gone. I couldn't even feel him, not even remnants of that he used to be there. Just couldn't sense him anymore.